Hi guys, and in today's video we're talking again about Miso Robotics. There's another opportunity to invest in Miso Robotics, and make sure to watch the whole of this video because I'm going to go through all sorts of things here. It's going to be a little bit longer, but there'll be a lot of insight and analysis. So firstly, we'll spend 30 seconds or so on the website. Look, it's great. Flippy 2 is starting to get into the market, and it's apparently the most capable way of frying things, and it's available for installation already, and they're rolling this out. That's cool. They've been featured all over the news and the internet, and look at all these brands here: Chipotle, Buffalo Wild Wings, Jack in the Box, Inspire, which has KFC and a few others, Wings Zone, White Castle, Lancer, Diamondbacks. A lot of these, the Dodger Stadium, Cali Burger. There's a lot of these brands. Not going to watch that video in this one because I've already covered that in a previous video I've done on Miso Robotics. Check out my playlist. Flippy 2, Flippy Light now. You know that it's in a smaller capacity, so they can do it for smaller restaurants and QSRs as well. Cook writes their technology, and Sippy I'll be publishing videos on these actual particular products. They've got a technology stack platform as well, and they can brand it up. Look at that for the LA Dodgers, looks cool. Future is now, they're featured all over the internet. It's amazing. And we'll actually just look at the investors website quickly. Some of the videos as well that I want to show you. Just going to load here. This is actually the investors website. So we might play this video because this might be related to their most recent raise.
Dots represents the quick serve restaurant. The quick serve restaurant that's operating in world.
I will be pausing it if there's any insights as normal that I come up with.
Staff shortages and rising costs.
This is important. They've come at a really interesting time, folks, with labor shortages and inflation, and restaurants normally got quite small margins, but Miso itself helps to increase margins. Sorry, that's my Facebook laptop going off from one. I apologize about the noise in the background.
And increasing demand. What if I told you that each one of these dots was an opportunity?
Certainly is.
The Miso suite of robotic quick serve restaurant solutions. We designed them to automate. For example,
go back there and we can see their products. Some of these I've not seen. I'm not sure what this one is. That's Sippy out there. That's Flippy 2, robots on a rail, the raw system, and this is Flippy Light.
Tasks.
Interesting if they actually talk about any new products. Let's see.
For example, our partners are currently piloting Flippy 2 for tasks like perfectly cooking crispy fries, wings, mini tacos, and more. And they can use the entire suite in the future. That means frying up fresh tortilla chips, cooking and saucing wings, precisely monitoring food temperatures, starting together in an automated arm.
This is something I was talking about in a previous video. I'm glad they're going into coffee. That's awesome.
And that's just the US. The market for quick serve restaurants continues to grow all over the world. Miso has secured incredible traction and is now preparing to establish operations in Europe, bringing our automation to the international restaurant market. With Miso's suite of configurable back-of-house solutions.
Oh, I love that, actually. I love this 3D animation.
Restaurants can easily create more consistency with a faster speed of service, all with the same great taste. It's the kitchen of the future, and it's here now. That's opportunity. And that's where you come in. Miso is looking for investors. When you invest, you can be a part of our journey to create a safer, easier, and, well, friendlier world of quick-serve restaurants.
There we go. So they're accepting new investors for a limited time. And that's why we're doing this video. Set for expansion. We've talked about this.
The world needs you.
Whoa, easy. We've already seen that. They got patents. They're growing. They've got a really good product base. The US market, 1.2 million restaurants. We know about this. If you've seen this in my previous videos, 20 million restaurants globally. We know about the demand for workers and inflation. Wages are going up. Miso is going to help restaurants to earn a lot more money, which is fantastic. I love the fact that they're growing the product suite. I think that's really great. It means they'll be configurable, and it means they'll fit into more different concepts. Restaurants are changing as well, and the fact is they're going to be changing and helping those restaurants to automate, reduce their costs, and grow. Flippy Light's the small footprint version. easy to install. Sip is fantastic for drinks. Cook right and cook right coffee. I mean, I was thinking about coffee. I think that's fantastic. The fact that they can do that. So let's get down to the business. They're looking to raise at least 15 million. It's regulated. Minimum investment's 995, so it's a little bit less than 1,000. It's a Series E. Price per share is $11. So that's interesting to know. You get bonus shares as well. So if you invest $500 in shares, I don't think you can actually, because sorry, here we go. Here's what you can invest here. If you invest 5K, you get $500 in free shares. If you invest 7,500, you get $750 in free shares. And if you invest 10 grand, then you get $1,000. So you get 10% rebate, if you like, of bonus shares. That's quite cool. Meet the team. I've done videos on, well, with a longer form videos where they go into their backgrounds. I think they're a strong team here. Okay. The business update. So, this is, sorry, because the dates are backwards for the UK and the US. They do dates differently. I think that's the 3rd of October. So yeah, Flippy Light is testing in Chipotle, which is good. Expanding their pilot and plan to install solution in Fountain Valley, California next month. That's good. I'm now going to look at the email they sent. So talking about Ally, which Miso Robotics is an investor in, by the way. They're then talking about Series E. They've raised $1 million in the first week, which is good. And also, look, there's a webinar, which, like last time, folks, I'm going to be covering. I'm going to be on this webinar if I can. I need to check the timings in the UK, but I am going to try to be on this webinar. Ask Mike anything. And I did ask him some previous difficult questions, but I'll try not to ask him too difficult. But if you've got a question you would like me to ask on your behalf, then let me know in the comment section in the description below. So this is that webinar. You can also register yourself if you like. It's going to be on the 2nd of November 2022 at 8 p.m. in the UK, 8 p.m. in the UK and 1 p.m. PDT time. I guess that's Pacific time, the West Coast. So there you go. Mike Bell, Ask Me Anything. I really like that. So that's going to be fantastic. Excellent. Let's watch this video. This is the most recent video that was covered by Euronews. We see a bit of action here of Flippy 2.
When an order comes in through the restaurant system, it automatically spits out its instructions to Flippy. Takes a frozen product, fries it for a precise amount of time. And
stick out and keep watching, guys. I'm going to give some of my analysis and insight and what I'm going to be doing after we watch this 1-minute video.
Puts the finished product in the end. The cameras not only guide the robot and tell it exactly where it is in space and how to move through this area, but also identifies the food type and it knows the recipe for each one. The restaurant industry has not been eager adopters of technology. When you look at the restaurant industry today, the last really big innovation was the dishwasher in many ways. And so what's happened is this technology is quickly caught up and is now solving these problems back to house very reliably.
Okay. Whoa. What's that? That's an advert. Not on that. Okay, guys, I'm going to talk a little bit more about Miso here. Okay, so they've grown pretty rapidly, Miso Robotics. They've gone from concept to prototype to now rolling out pilots and expanding into installation, into expansion, both with their flagship products, Flippy, Flippy 2, Flippy Light, and new other products, which is exciting. This is the Series E. Their valuation has increased steadily over the past number of years and is approaching a 10x investment for myself. And I imagine other people that got in earlier are probably looking at a much larger increase in their shares. But we're now at Series E, and the minimum investment is about $1,000. And what do I think? Well, it's my opinion, but I think they're going to do very well. Miso Robotics. They're at kind of the latter stages of executing their vision of automating back of house activities in restaurants and QSRs. 1 second. And I think they're getting, there's a lot more signal. I don't know if you've ever heard of this in when you look at big data sets, you've got noise and signal. Noise is distracting, it causes bias, it causes confusion, it causes poor decision making. But signal grants confidence, builds that ability to make better decisions, builds that conviction. And the conviction is what you need really for angel investing, because it is very difficult to make good decisions with angel investing, because it's pretty difficult. It's not easy. Angel investing. Just stick that other light on. There we go. And in terms of what I'm going to do, I've been investing in Miso Robotics since 2020, and I think this is very different if you're a new investor and you've never heard of Miso Robotics, or you missed the last round, or maybe you didn't get the allocation you wanted, or you didn't invest the amount of money you wanted to. This Series E could be, a great way to dip your toe in, or to invest in Miso Robotics. But myself, I've invested in 3 or 4 times into Miso Robotics over the past 2 or 3 years. So in my opinion, I want to try and stick at investing in smaller companies. The valuation of Miso Robotics, I believe right now, is $500 million already. And I believe it could definitely go up. If they're able to execute on this vision, I wouldn't be surprised if it's valued at 5 billion in a few years, and then 10 billion, 20 billion, maybe 10 years from now. So, I don't disagree with that logic. It's not 100% guaranteed. Nothing is in angel investing. But I do really like investing in smaller companies. I get most excited about from kind of concept to prototype to rollout. And the valuation for me is getting fairly high. That said, I've been involved. I've got quite a number of shares in the company now. Or for someone like me who still works, I work at WhatsApp and Facebook and owned by Meta, whatever, as you can see in the background. And I still work, and I have a finite amount of capital, and I believe my audience is about it might be in a similar situation. From the analytics I see, the majority of my audience is 25 to 50-year-olds, over 90% men. If you are a female, or want your wife, sister, mother, friends, female friends to learn about angel investing, please do share my channel with them. I prefer to have a 50-50 balance between men and women. But anyway, going back to investing, I've already invested. I've already got that. I've already captured that. And because I'm employed, and maybe a lot of my audience are as well, there's kind of a finite amount of capital I can invest every month, or every quarter, or every year. And there's a few things. So my decision that I need to make in the next few weeks is I'm considering investing in an early stage solar car company called Aptera. And I really recommend you watch that video. If you're already investing in Miso Robotics, from my opinion, like me, I'm not sure if I'm going to invest in this follow-on round, because I just don't want to be too overexposed to one company. My angel investing strategy is to really have quite a bit of diversification, to take into account the higher risk. Basically, it is higher risk investing in angel investments versus listed equities and other property and things like that. So that's my take. But I'm going to compare it to Aptera. I'm going to compare it to investing in Ally. I'm going to compare it to investing in the software as a service companies, which I like, and also listed equities. I think there's a lot of value in some of the growth stocks that I cover and am interested in. So I need to make a decision on that. But if you haven't invested in Miso Robotics, this might be a good opportunity for yourself. I don't know your specific circumstances, but if you haven't, and if I hadn't invested ever in Miso Robotics and I found it through a video like this, then I probably would make that investment because I do think it's going to revolutionize the restaurant industry. Just right now, for me, I think I want to make a decision on based on the videos and the analysis I do on those other companies. And I will be doing another video on Aptera, a deeper dive into that opportunity into solar energy driven cars. I mean, they're just amazing. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you do, the best way to invest in this channel, if you like, is to smash the like button and make it go the color of blue, Facebook blue, if you like. And remember that knowledge is power, especially the right kind of knowledge, and progress is everything. There'll be some videos that I can see you in coming up here. Make sure to check those out and take care. Cheers.